communication, freedom, knowledge. Young people may have different kinds of imagination of university life before they enter the school. It is one of the most popular places for youngsters.
大学啊，大家会很自由吧，就是然后可以干很多自己想干的事情，把自己一些兴趣爱好继续发展一下，例如什么钢琴啊、跆拳道啊之类的。心目中的大学啊，应该是很有书香气的，经常就是来往往的人应该都是捧这本书很书呆子的那种感觉。
Recently, a special youngsters university was launched in Sun University. 70 local and 23 German middle school students had a chance to experience the university life in Guangzhou. The organizers invited both Chinese and German professors to give them lectures on climate change. The topic was quite hot due to the ongoing UN climate change conference in Copenhagen. Students were listening to the presentation carefully and wrote down the notes.
All of you know, this month in December there will be the climate summit in Copenhagen, and so we thought about this is a great topic to introduce to each other by a German and a Chinese professor, speak about scientific results and what is important for us to know.
The professor said it was important for young people to realize the severity of the climate change. They tried to make the presentation easier for them to understand.
I think the topic is quite scientific, but the students are brilliant. They are quite smart. But I would like to, direct them to a way that how they can contribute to improve this kind of a climate change situation. For instance, what they can do in their daily life to help to stop this kind of phenomenon to happen, more seriously. So, well, I mean, make it more relaxing and then to let them to be enjoyable.
During the quiz time, students seem to have their own opinion about the environmental protection.
I think what is most important is that I learned it's not only about the scientists and the new developments for protecting the environment, but it's about the change in people's minds, and this change can only be achieved by talking and by communicating. So I think this university does like a little part for changing the world for the better. The topic is, I think, a very important subject because it concerns everybody in the whole world, and I think it is really important to discuss it with other countries, because only together we can solve these problems that we have in the world.
我感觉呢，保护环境是每个人都可以做到的事情。只要我们人人尽一份力，环境是一定可以被拯救的。而且呢，我也感觉到呢，如果政府呢可以为我们提供多一些的帮助，来让我们保护环境，我相信我们会做得更好。
They also shared the posters which called for people's attention on climate change with each other. Students were divided in groups to have discussion and communication this year. It was a good platform for Chinese students and German students to know more about each other.
Well, of course, this kind of exchanges have been going on with countries closer to Germany because, of course, it's easier to realize. But we understand and we want to have communication also, let's say, globally. And, of course, China is a very important partner. There is no question.
To get to know each other, the country and the people, and both students from both countries should get to know to each other and learn about more about the culture and university and students here. That's very interesting.
The Youngsters University was a follow-up project of the Kids University of last year. The idea of opening Kids University was originated in Germany in 2002. Now there are more than 120 German universities having this project already. It is the first time for Guangzhou to have German students' participation this year.
As you know, in 2002, Tübingen University, a very famous, very old university in southern Germany, they thought about a new concept of attracting children or young school students to the university. So to think about the future scientists and future researchers, to attract them to the research of the university. And so they invited young students, sometimes 8 to 10 years or 10 to 12 years, so a group of young school students to take part at the university lectures, presentation given by professors, and they were very happy and attracted and fascinated, you know, because children are very curious, they are lively, they like to ask questions. Teenagers or elder young students, they are more passive, and so it was a great event. And nowadays a lot of German universities offer children universities for different groups with different topics. Most important, it's not for profit, just for the idea to attract young, talented students to the university.
The German students had great fun in Guangzhou during their stay. Some of them visited China for the first time.
Germany, the biggest city, has 3 million inhabitants, and here 10 million inhabitants, the whole city. It's so much impressive. We had these 2 days, so we had to realize it for ourselves.
There's so much you can see and so much to discover. It's really nice to just go by bus around the city and just look at everything that there is to see. And yeah, it is totally different from German cities. I think everything is brighter, and you have all this advertisements everywhere, and especially at night it looks really beautiful, I think.
The communication widened not only German students' eyes, but also Chinese students' vision. Any details about the events, please visit the following website. Grade 2, Discover Guangzhou.